It is time for another pit stop and feast your eyes on some mini German potato pancakes right now because we are in Germantown, and the reason we're making this pit stop is because, well, this is a place that you definitely want to try out. The food is incredible. The history of this place is absolutely fascinating. Today, we are right outside the Florentine Hotel today, the Florentine restaurant, and I got to tell you, the food is absolutely incredible. So let's go ahead and just make our way across the street, dodging traffic, but it's worth it because, well, if this is going to be my last meal, it'd be okay. Because, again, when you see this, you are going to lose your mind. And the best part about it is we're going to show you the food, the entrees. And when you get an entree, you're going to get a free gift with it. But I want you to take a look all around right now. Just look at this place, the history of it. Absolutely incredible. You can see the wooden beams. You can see the exposed brick. You can see how the owners of this building have really worked hard to make this place what it is. And I tell you what, they're really holding on to the rich history, because the one thing that I really want you to realize is that this building was built in the 1800s. It's so old, listen to this, that it was 44 years old when President Lincoln was still in office. That is how old this building is here in downtown Germantown. And we're taking a look at the food here today. We're going to take a brief look around. As we can see, there is so much to be seen. And of course, the owner, Bryce, he's around here somewhere. We're going to make sure that we grab here momentarily. Here he is. He's hanging out. What's going on? How are you, Bryce? You doing all right?
I'm doing awesome. I'm doing awesome today. How are you doing?
I'm doing so great. Everybody is just about to feast their eyes on some delicious food right here. Before we take a look at that, let's take a look at this, because this is a fan favorite, a giant pretzel. This is something that you said as soon as one person starts ordering it, every other table here in the restaurant starts ordering it, because this is something that's so good, and of course, it's just a sight to see.
Yeah, absolutely. We're very proud of the pretzel. We spent a lot of time getting it right. Different ways to cook it, different ways to prepare it, different mustards, different cheeses to go with it. It outsells every other appetizer we have 2-to-1. It's absolutely a fan favorite.
And the thing is absolutely massive. I mean, I think I could handle eating the whole one by myself, but maybe you want to have a friend or two with you to eat that. So again, you're going to get a free pretzel with the purchase of an entree, which is super cool, going on as a pit stop special throughout this month. Let's go ahead and jump right into some of this delicious food that we have going on. What's this?
French onion soup, the classic French onion soup. We worked hard to get it just right. A little bit of a twist on it, but I think that people like the classic French onion soup are going to love it. Wings, we spend a lot of time, kind of a labor of love. We roast these every day, get them cooked just right, pick up the flavors out of the roaster, and then we deep fry them in tallow. By the way, we use a beef tallow in our fryer.
Now, I have to ask you this question, because this is a conversation that, is very important in my opinion. Are you a ranch or a blue cheese man?
I'm blue cheese all day.
Oh, blue cheese all day. Okay, you're the second, 2 for 2, 3 for 3, I should say, because the other guy that we talked to earlier today said the same exact thing. Okay, take a look at this right here. What do we have going on?
So we make it's a roast beef hot shot. We make the roast beef ourselves, usually 2 or 3 times a week. We've got a guy in the back that's just phenomenal with his sauces, his soups, and he makes that gravy special for us. Another big seller, probably going to pull that off the menu here in the next few weeks as we launch our spring and summer menu. But it's just such a great meal, I had to show it.
Okay, I'm definitely going to be eating some of that a little bit later on, but I tell you what, this caught my attention earlier, and you were saying, this piece of meat right here is something special.
Yeah, for sure. So obviously a loaded baked potato, a mushroom risotto. This is actually a sirloin. It looks a lot like a filet. It's called a baseball cut. They trim it to the blue, so there's no fat anywhere on it. It's USDA prime. The highest cup of meat you get, it's Angus, and most people get this and just cannot believe that it's a tenderloin, a filet. It's actually the cheapest steak that we have on our menu.
I tell you what, it's going to be a gone piece of steak here in a little bit, because I'm going to make sure that that's taken care of. We're going to move on down here. This right here, I saw a gentleman eating one of these earlier, and I was like, ooh, that looks pretty darn good, and you brought one out to show us.
I did, yeah. Our filet is, again, one of our biggest sellers. What we try to do is we want to have, a great salmon, a great steak. If somebody wants to drive an hour to see this building, to have an anniversary dinner, we need to have a nice meal for them. But at the same time, you need something that you can eat every Tuesday and be happy with it. The Philly cheesesteak is a big piece of that. The onion rings are a labor of love for my wife. She's an onion ring fanatic and spent a lot of time trying to figure out exactly what onion ring do we want, and we're very proud of the onion ring. So
again, those are massive right there. I'm going to be having some of those. I definitely love myself some fried shrimp. What do we have going on over here?
So we took a vacation over the winter. We went to Honduras, and while we were there, we had some coconut fried shrimp. And I came back and I told my guys, I said, we need some coconut fried shrimp. So we spent a lot of time trying to get it. It was so funny because it wasn't on the menu at all. We added it maybe a month or 2 ago, and it's quickly become one of our best sellers.
That is delicious. I love that sauce that you have with it.
Yeah, it's a little sweet and spicy chili sauce.
Okay, what about going on over here? can't go wrong with some fried fish.
Yeah, so anybody from around here or anybody that's been here knows that the fish and Florentine have gone together for decades and decades and decades. The fish sandwich, it's the one thing I hear when I talk to people who've been coming here for generations, is the fish sandwich. This is our fish and chips platter. It's a cod. It's fantastic. During lunchtime or off menu, we can also do the fish sandwich. A fish sandwich is actually one of those pieces of fish, and so it sticks about 3 or 4 inches off each side of the bun. It's pretty magical.
Too much fish for that bun.
It's never too much fish for a bun.
I love it. All right, real quickly before we go over and talk about some cocktail drinks here in a moment, but what do we got going on over here?
Well, so the first thing we kind of missed on the last dish was the French fries. We use a beer-battered platter fry is what it's called. In my opinion, it's the right amount of flesh, not too fleshy, not all skin. We actually, like I mentioned earlier, we use beef tallow in our deep fryer, so it's a beef tallow French fry. This is our signature burger. We use a steak burger that's a chuck brisket and sirloin mix. Smash it out on the grill, throw 2 patties on the burger with a fried egg, American cheese, bacon, and then this has a tavern sauce on a brioche bun. It's, again, one of our biggest sellers.
We're taking a look at some of the food right here, and I can tell you guys put a lot of heart and soul and passion into everything you do. Obviously, you've mentioned the beef tallow a few times when it comes to the fried foods, because you want to make sure that you're cooking everything with the highest level of ingredients and the care that goes into, because when you think about it, I mean, this building, where we're standing right now, really is a legacy, and you're taking a torch and you're carrying it on. Why is that important for you to continue on that legacy and to provide such a great experience for everybody that walks through those doors?
Yeah, it's interesting. The pressure is a good word and a bad word, but the pressure of owning this business is interesting. It's not a how to run a successful business pressure. It's not a how to stay in business. It's not a how to make a payroll. It's how to live up to the memories that the people in Germantown have of this building. Everyone has memories. I talk to people all the time that they came here with their grandparents 40 years ago. There's a couple at the bar that had their wedding rehearsal dinner here in 1998, I think it was. So everyone I talk to has been coming here decade after decade after decade after decade, and I don't want to mess that up. So it's a responsibility. It's really an honor, I guess, to have the opportunity to be the one that kind of continue this legacy. What we've learned with our food, with our drinks, we constantly, and all my guys in the back are fantastic. I love my cooks. We constantly are looking, how can we make this 1% better? So we don't want to have the best anything. We just every day we'll make it 1% better. Is that portion size? Is that price? Is that the way we bread something? Is that a different oil in the fryer? What can we do to make every item 1% better as often as we can? And everybody shares that passion. It's fantastic to have a bunch of guys in the kitchen that really want to make good food and make good food consistently.
I can tell you, just in my experience here, not being here for a whole long time, we've only been here for an hour and a half, 2 hours, and I can just see the exponential work that you guys have put into this, and it really does go a long way. So if you've never been out here, really, this is just 20 minutes from downtown Dayton. I live downtown, and really just a hop, skip, and a jump away. Wherever you are, you need to make sure that you take the trip here to Germantown. You need to make sure that you try some of this delicious food, but right now I do want to also show you some of the delicious cocktails that you can have here as well. Noah's back there working things behind the bar. He's busy. How you doing today, buddy?
Good. How you doing?
Hey, I'm doing so great. So real quickly, Bryce just showed us some of the incredible food. I mean, I tried that coconut shrimp. Incredible. Absolutely fascinating. What do we have going on over here? What's this?
Moscow Mule with muddled blackberries in it. And then right here we have the cold brew martini. It has bourbon, Buffalo Trace bourbon cream, and cold brew coffee from over at the creamery. And then right here we have the cinnamon maple old fashioned. It's just with bourbon, maple, and cinnamon. It's perfect.
Real quickly before we move on here, Bryce was saying earlier that, this right here was such a favorite. You had this around the holidays and people loved it. And you guys like, okay, this is a holiday drink, take off the menu. And everybody's like, nope, we need to hold on to this one. And what seems to be the fan favorite here as far as drinks are concerned?
Fan favorite is probably just the classic old fashioned or the cinnamon maple old fashioned.
Okay, so my assumption was correct, and it can't go wrong. I mean, we saw that delicious burger over there. I mean, a beer is always going to hit the spot when you have a burger. What do we have over here?
We have the Florentine Pale Ale, and this is brewed by Crooked Handle. They're over in Springboro, and that's local. And this is the Kentucky Bourbon Barrel Ale. It's a very high percentage, so we only recommend probably about 2.
I may have had one, maybe 2 before, and I'm going to go ahead and stand by that recommendation right there. But everything looks great. I mean, we eat with our eyes, and I'm just seeing the food, and I'm seeing the cocktails. I mean, real quickly, just tell people what's inside this one, because this mule looks absolutely fantastic.
We just have a mint sprig, some blackberries on the side, and there's also muddled blackberries in the drink, and then just a wedge of lime.
Okay, enough said right there. Let me go ahead and take a sip for the road here. It is Zach Pitts approved. That is for darn sure. Hey, real quickly, this is Matt approved as well. So the other thing about this place is that there's so much tradition. There's so many opportunities for family gathering and really creating that experience that you're going to be able to share and remember for decades to come. Matt, you and your family just kind of finished up a little bit ago, but you're still hanging out over here. I know your family took off, but you really have become regulars here. What is it about the Florentine that keeps you guys coming back time after time and trying different things on the menu?
Well, the food, number one. Secondly, the beers. The beer list is amazing. The taps is amazing. And the cocktails, and Noah, and of course Bryce and Cherry.
They're all great people. What's your favorite thing on the menu?
The steak.
Steak.
Like
Which steak?
everything. The filet.
Filet. You can't go wrong with a filet either. I mean, everything that I've seen that Bryce was showing us a little earlier, it all looks absolutely delicious. And the thing is, this place is only, a hop, skip, and jump away, 20 minutes from downtown Dayton. I don't know if you guys, less than 15 minutes, what would you say to anybody that hasn't heard of this place or they haven't had the opportunity, the privilege, the honor to come on out here to the Florentine, which really has stood the test of time since the 1800s, just a really classic old building that is really carrying on the tradition from Bryce and his wife. What would you say to anybody to get them to come out here and be part of this tradition, be part of this experience, be part of this legacy?
Come visit us. It's a wonderful town, lots of history. The Florentine is a wonderful place. It's the second oldest in Ohio, actually, so next to the Golden Lamb. So come see it. Come see Germantown.
Come see it, be part of the experience, and we want to, of course, educate you a little bit more on what's going on here. Do you mind if I go ahead and, Bryce, just take some more of these this coconut shrimp with us? Let's go for a little stroll, if you will, because, I tell you what, this coconut shrimp is really good. I go ahead and recommend that. Look at the crunch on that and that sauce that comes with it. Bryce has already told us that, hey, there's plenty of food to go around after we're done with this video right here. But as we go throughout this building right here, how important was it for you to continue, really keeping the foundational structure? You were telling us just down in the basement, there's old trees that are, down there and supporting the building, and the exposed brick, the beams, everything in this. Tell me about some of the big plans going on here.
Well, so the big thing we wanted to start with was just getting the kitchen right, getting the bar right, getting the experience right, getting the right people in here. I'm so proud of our servers, our bartenders, our cooks. We have a fantastic staff right now, a truly fantastic staff. Very low turnover, great people. They all work together. So we have that piece of it down. Now what we're working on is the facility itself. The tavern has come along fantastically. We're in the middle of another renovation in what's going to be the Heritage Room on the right side here. We use this for large events. We have a mayors and managers meeting here. We had 60 people there. Rehearsal dinners, just holiday parties. It's been a fantastic room for us. It needs a little bit of a renovation. It's good, but it can always be 1% better. So that room we're working on. We finished off a room on the second floor we can go up and take a look at.
Yeah, let's go ahead and take a trip to the second floor because it's super cool. And that's a thing that I love. I can tell that you have a vision, and I can see that that vision is not to necessarily scratch any kind of own, I'm sure you're a busy guy. You don't want to do things just for the sake of being busy, but you're looking to really give back as someone who is living in Germantown. And I can see that you have that same vision for everyone that lives here and everyone who visits. You want to create an experience that's always 1% better so that this can be a destination spot. And this room just on its own, it has that old-time saloon feel to it, which I absolutely love. The hardwood floors, everything is original.
Right, absolutely. Yeah, this room was unused for, oh my gosh, a long time. 2 decades, 3 decades, 4 decades. I actually got the occupancy certificate here, and no one in the city or the fire department could find one. This was a pretty extensive renovation, carpet walls. This bar area had to need a lot of work, but we've been very excited about it. It's been here a few months now. We've had a 40th birthday party. We've had some baby showers. The local school uses this for their banquet parties after sporting events, and we're looking forward to just continue using this room more and more. So it's been a good room. It was originally a 2-room suite, and so this would have been like the presidential suite. This was where, when you came to town and you were, that guy, this was the room that you stayed in. So, yeah.
When you're a big deal, this is where you want to come, is the Florentine. And again, just as a reminder, if you've never been out here, then you need to definitely make sure that you get yourself a reservation. And as part of that pit stop special, that giant pretzel we saw downstairs, well, you can get one of those for free with the purchase of an entree. Just a little special gift for you to come on out and experience this legacy, this incredible building with such rich history. And again, you are taking up the torch to make sure that other people can experience it. I know you have big plans for this space. What would you say to anybody who is watching right now, and to get them to come on out here and be part of this?
It's just special. It's interesting because I have so many people I talk to that have never been here, and I usually look at them and say, well, it only took you 200 years to get here, so I'm glad you finally made it. We live in Ohio. I realize in some parts of the country and the world, 1816 is not that old. 1816 is pretty old right here. And so when you walk in a building, and for me, I just go downstairs and I look, well, there's, wood that's inside of the bricks. And when I think about 200 years ago, a German that didn't speak English, Germantown had very few English speaking, even as late as late 1800s, 1900. They didn't speak English. They didn't have bulldozers. They didn't have laser levelers. They didn't have any of that stuff. And they built this thing that's still here 200 years ago or 200 years later. So for me, I think it's coming to a place that you can just feel the age and the heritage and the history. And I sit down there sometimes and I stand in one spot and I just try and wrap my head around how many human beings have stood in that same spot that I'm standing in. It just boggles your mind when you really think about it.
There will be many, many, many more to come. And again, you are invited to be part of that experience, be part of that party, be part of the tradition here at the Florentine restaurant. Again, if you come on down here, you order yourself your entree, you're going to get your free giant pretzel. That thing was ginormous. Also, I'm sure incredibly delicious. I haven't had a bite of it just yet, but I can tell you that if it's a fan favorite, a lot of people are ordering it, so you're going to definitely want a piece of that. Real quickly, where are you located at? What's your website so people can check you out?
Yeah, so we're Germantown, Ohio. We're right smack dab in the middle of the town, Market Street, which is also 725. Website is theflorentinrestaurant.com. We'll try to keep it pretty simple. We're on social media. Pretty proud of our Instagram page, our Facebook page. It's the Florentine INN. So it's fun, yeah. Check us out. Love to see you out here.
Simple as that. Well, I have a date with some more coconut shrimp and all that other delicious food that you saw downstairs. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up so I can eat this and enjoy the rest of that food. And we will see you next time on the next Pit Stop.